It's March 17th, 2025. So we just left the US to kick off a new chapter of traveling through Mexico. And right now, we're headed to Mérida. It's March, so it's already hot, it's beautiful, and it's pushing us out of our comfort zone in the best ways possible. Oh, and we're committed to learning Spanish while we're here. Like actual classes. 4 hours a day, every day. This is our first video from our time here, and this week is all about getting our bearings. Trying Yucatan dishes we can't pronounce, talking to locals, and exploring the beautiful culture of the Yucatan. In the meantime, here's what our first week in Mérida looked like. The good, the bad, and the mistakes that we made along the way.
Rookie mistake.
Also, for my Spanish speakers out there, we're gonna butcher some Spanish phrases. But stick with us, we're trying and we're practicing. Well, with that, adios Estados Unidos, vamos a Mérida. This trip's a little different because all three of us are coming. Yep, even Otto. He's not exactly thrilled about it though. We flew from DC to Mexico, pretty chill travel day, no horror stories to report, and 8 or so hours later, we landed in Mérida. New city, new detours, and this is day one. Questions?
Mi casa es su casa. Bienvenidos. La cocina, muy grande. So when you first walk in, you have this fabulous living room. It's actually a very long couch. Are you checking for pit stains?
Yeah, ignore that. We'll slide.
Cat's getting acquainted. There's no carpet in here, which is fab. It keeps it very cool, and carpet's gross.
You want to give us a tour? What you got?
You like it?
Ooh, careful. I think the big fella likes it. You are fat.
So we got the Spanish immersion program. What are some other things you want to see or do or experience while we're here?
Speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
I would love to do a few salsa classes. There's a few towns I want to visit. Just live and enjoy.
Just live and enjoy.
So night one, we've been here for a few hours. Naturally, we need to find a local cantina first, right? I'll keep this short, it's a cantina. We got cervezas, bar food, tacos, and some tequila. The tequila being the most expensive part. First meal in Mexico ended up being 350 pesos with tip.
After the cantina, Sarah turned in from the jet lag. But with so many things happening in the nighttime in Mérida, I knew I couldn't lose this opportunity to experience something different. So we sally forth.
It's Monday night, and it's a traditional celebration that began during Spanish rule and is continued in the heart of the Yucatan even today. Supposedly, there's going to be a lot of dancers, and they're going to be wearing traditional garbs, and it should be a lot of fun, so it should be a good way to close up the night. Should also mention that Sarah did not have the same energy levels I did, so she went to bed. I'm going to stay up for a little bit longer. And there's a lot of people already here, so if this is something you want to see, you should definitely get here probably before 8 o'clock so you can grab a seat, or you can just stand around and watch, which is what I'm going to do anyway.
Welcome to Mérida. Welcome to Yucatan. Welcome to Monday of Vaqueria.
Monday nights is Vaqueria Yucateca. It's traditional dance, colorful outfits, and it starts at 9 p.m., so the folks around here don't go to bed early. It's a celebration of Yucatan's culture dating back to the colonial days. It's kind of like a fusion of Spanish and Mayan culture with traditional jarana dancing and embroidered outfits called trajes típicos. And of course, a live band.
The next morning, we walked to a vegan cafe called Organico a few blocks from us. So this place is quite inconspicuous from the street, but you walk in and it just opens up to this really beautiful patio area outside. They also have indoor dining. The menu is quite extensive. We tried ordering in Spanish. Luckily, our waiter does speak English, so he was able to kind of help us through. I got a latte, Tony got, what did you drink?
Love cafe.
Love Cafe. And then he got chilaquiles, and I got scrambled eggs with tortilla and something else. I love beans.
Breakfast and coffee came out to 441 pesos, roughly the price of our Starbucks order back home. So honestly, a win. But fueled up and mildly overcaffeinated, we headed to Plaza Grande for a quick tour around Mérida.
Claudia? Sarah. Nice to meet you.
First up, Museo Casa Monteo. Now listen, we're not exactly museum people, but every time we step into one, all I can think about is the scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know the one. Existential crisis in front of the painting? Yeah, that one.
There are free walking tours in Plaza Grande that you can just show up for, which are cool, but we went with a private tour with locals so we could film without feeling like we were holding up a group of unsuspecting tourists. We paid $39 for the tour, about 650 pesos, plus our guide Claudia was awesome. Super knowledgeable, super chill, and if you're coming to Merida and want a local to show you around, definitely check her out. We'll leave a link to the tour in the description. We popped into a couple of museums, but the real win, she pointed out her go-to market spots. We could come back later and eat like locals, or at least try to.
What'd you think of the tour?
Lovely. I think it's a great way to kickstart our time. There's so many of these places I never would have gone into just because there's like police or security standing at the door, and I would like not know if I'm able to go in, but so many things were free. And I think the most amusing part of that whole thing is Tony walked away a part of the rugby team.
Yeah, so I was like, I heard that you play rugby. Claudia, did I see that you played rugby?
Yes.
I play. I used to play. I don't play anymore.
Would you like to play with us?
Sure. Yeah. And we just went on a whole rant about playing rugby, and she was like, well, we practiced today, so I might have joined the rugby club.
But fate had other plans in store for us this week.
Okay, so this is where things took a bit of a turn. Otto and I both got a little bit sick. We fed him some street food for cats, Mexican Friskies, and I made coffee with the tap water. Yeah, I boiled it, but apparently not enough to escape the consequences.
So I made a rookie travel mistake. I Googled because I know you can't drink the tap water here, but I Googled if I could, like what you can do with it. And it said, brushing your teeth is fine, making coffee is fine with it. And so I was like, great, because yesterday I made coffee with the bottled water and it just felt like a waste. So today I made coffee with the tap water. And now I feel terrible. And I don't know if that's what it is. That's what I'm choosing to blame it on. But I woke up this morning, I worked out, and then I drank black coffee on an empty stomach. And at first I thought I was just it was too much caffeine to my system too quickly. And then when I was eating breakfast, I started to feel not great. And now it's been, 7 hours, and I feel so nauseous. And
tell them your other symptoms.
Diarrhea. I was laying in the hammock in Nap Central over there, and I was like, I don't know which end this is going to come out of. Thankfully, I would rather have it come out of the bottom end than the top end. That's horrible.
I thought you were moving a table. It was so loud. It's like The Exorcist.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get it all out?
I hope so. I can't imagine there's anything left.
Let's just say there was a lot of bathroom bonding time that week. In the meantime, Tony went out to explore and took care of us as much as he could.
Mistake. Travel with stomach meds.
Looks like it's just me this morning. I need to go to El Supermercado to get Otto some legitimate cat food because he has mud butt right now, thanks to the Friskies. And then I gotta find some medication because Sarah's also coming out of both ends. I'm the only one healthy right now, so gotta make do what I can. And I'm walking through and it looks like there's like a parade or a procession going on or something.
I never did figure out what this was for, but this kind of thing happens to us a lot when we travel. We see something we have no idea what it's for, we're confused, and then someone in the comments saves the day with, oh yeah, that's for X, Y, and Z.
This is completely in the opposite direction I want to go right now, but I'm following the crowd. Don't know what's going on.
So, help us out, internet. What is this? Alright, time to get these kids some meds.
Is this the place? This is the place. Hola, buenos dias. El gato?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why we came to Mérida to learn Spanish. All I could say was the cat. Literally just the cat. Thankfully, she figured it out, but yeah, classes can't start soon enough.
Mi español es muy mal. Gracias. Okay, we got cat food, now to the grocery store.
I grabbed something for me, and some crackers, soup, and water for the patients.
All right, got our groceries and our cat food, now a 23-minute walk back to our apartment.
I did eventually find a pharmacy and grab some Imodium and Pepto, the classic duo. And yeah, this is pretty much how the next few days went. Most of the week was spent nursing the patients, editing videos, and surviving on ramen, groceries, and Rappi deliveries. And then the weekend came.
She lives. This is my first time stepping out of the apartment since Wednesday. Tony told me I needed to give a shout out to my Lord and Savior, which is himself, for taking care of me these past few days. I'll agree to that. He's come in clutch, getting my meals, getting my meds, witnessing a pure exorcism from my body on Wednesday. So now that I'm alive and upright and I have clothes on, we're gonna go find groceries and water and get out cash for our Spanish classes, which start tomorrow.
Best cure for a stomach bug? Street food, naturally. We're heading to Mercado Lucas de Galvez to check out one of the spots Claudia recommended the other day.
So we are going to try a bunch of different Yucatan local foods. This is one of the places that Claudia recommended to us to go to. We're going to get cochinita pibil for the first time. Cochinita pibil is basically like a pulled pork, but it's marinated in citrus juices. I think it's nice and juicy and moist, and it's actually delicious.
And for our second dish, we got pavo en relleno.
We don't quite know how to eat this one, but it came with a bunch of tortillas, so we're just kind of making tacos out of it.
We wrapped up our meal, took one last stroll through the market, and dipped out just in time before the crowds rode in.
Mérida is always pretty lively, but it definitely livens up even more on the weekends. Today is Saturday. You can definitely tell it's a Saturday because these streets are a lot more packed than they normally are. Right now I'm sitting in Plaza Grande. This is kind of the main central plaza in Mérida. It's surrounded by a bunch of museums and galleries and cathedrals. In the evenings and weekends, though, it turns into a hub of cultural festivities with music and dancing and street vendors. But today, Tony needed to come back to Plaza Grande for some ice cream, to no one's surprise. I got fresa. It was hard as a rock, and I was like, oh, this probably won't melt by the time we get back. It's melting. This is Tony. We should trade. It's freaking hot, man. We're not usually out this time of day.
All that talk about my ice cream addiction, and look who's loving the decision to get ice cream now.
Lots of stuff. When it's hot like this, the best thing you can do is have a pool in your yard, like we do. For now, I'm just chilling. Boy.
Retirement, Tony. This is what, hey, active duty military, this is what life looks like post-military.
Sundays are kind of a big deal for the local residents here, much like they were in Mexico City, much like I'm pretty sure they are all over the country. But basically, every Sunday they shut down sections of the streets so that people can walk about, explore, exercise, ride bikes. But another big thing is Mercado Domingo, which is the Sunday market that happens every Sunday, obviously. which is where we're headed now. Hopefully we can do a little bit of a street food testing, get some dinner. We'll see how much we can fit in.
Stomach's a little sensitive.
I'm not sure if we ran into these in Mexico City last year, but here in the Yucatan they have these treats called macasitas. You'll see stands everywhere, and if you like cheese, you'll want to stop at one of these. Think of a macasita kind of like a thin crepe or a waffle cone. Then it's rolled up and filled with various fruits and sweets and savory things. Traditionally, it's with some sort of combination of lightly melted cheese and is all for around 50 pesos.
Gracias. All right, so the first thing we got, macasitas with queso. This is interesting choice considering I have stomach issues. Sarah just got over stomach issues and we get the one thing that has cheese, which I am allergic to, but I'm not that allergic to it. I still eat it.
When has that ever stopped you?
It's never stopped me before, so.
Really good.
That's pretty good. It's like when you grill the cheese and it's the crispy part of the cheese and the cheese gets nice and crispy.
Chicharron de queso.
Yeah, so good.
Well, we may have started with dessert, but luckily there's a pop-up restaurant surrounding Plaza Grande, so dinner wasn't far behind. But priorities, you know. And you can just tell that the food is made here with love. This is why street food will forever be one of our favorites in any country that we visit.
So I'm still a little bit nervous to eat, but I thought an empanada sounded good on my stomach. So I got 2 empanadas carne molida, and Tony got sopas, cochinita y carne asada. And we got limonadas. Oh my god.
Last Thoughts Monday.
Limonadas.
So 2 empanadas, 2 sopas, and 2 limonadas. How much do you think that cost? Well, if you guessed
150 pesos.
you'd be right. Cheap and delicious. We already got one sweet treat, but we can't come to Mexico without getting churros.
¿Usas chocolate o lechera?
So we spent a total of 250 pesos for dinner and dessert, which equals about $13 US. Definitely no Thailand night market price, but still better than anything we would do in the US.
Yep.
And to close out the night, there's dancing in the plaza. Every Sunday night, the whole city feels like a block party. Well, that's how our first week went, but this is barely scratching the surface. Monday, we start our language learning journey, taking Spanish classes and the occasional salsa class at our school called La Calle. And the next video, we'll talk a lot more about how much we've improved over the weeks, yo vivo en Mérida, and what a month here looked like for us, including a lot of what we missed in the first week.